How well do you know the most extensive motorcycle company? Harley Davidson. Not much, right? Here's a fun fact. Did you know the first carburetor for the Harley Davidson motorcycle was crafted from a can of tomato soup? Though not proven, it has yet to be denied, so it's a fun fact. Well, a fact many Harley enthusiasts are aware of is its very first V-twin engine was mounted to a frame in 1909, and they've been inextricably linked with Harleys ever since, even if that very first version was a poor performer and only lasted 1 year in production. It was a welcome development from the very first design, and they've been improving it ever since. Back in the day, a tiny shed in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, was the birthplace of something truly legendary. 4 young visionaries: William Sylvester Harley, Arthur Davidson, Walter C. Davidson, and William A. Davidson, armed with nothing but their dreams and a thirst for adventure. These pioneers had a wild imagination, and they weren't just thinking about 2 wheels. They were dreaming about a whole new way of life. Their daring innovation sparked a revolution on the roads, and a lifestyle was born. Harley Davidson, with its unmistakable roar and iconic design, became the stuff of dreams for bikers worldwide. Every Harley Davidson product and experience isn't just a machine, it's an emotional journey that stirs the soul. They have been doing it for well over a century, and their legacy is destined to inspire generations yet to come. Their mission, you can say, is simple but profound. More than building machines, we stand for the timeless pursuit of adventure, freedom for the soul. And their vision is all about the future, building our legend and leading through innovation, evolution, and emotion. Harley Davidson was founded in 1903, when William Harley and Arthur Davidson, the dynamic duo behind Harley Davidson, built their first motorcycle in a small 10x 15-foot shed. But they didn't stop there. In 1904, they built another with a bigger engine, taking it to State Fair Park in Milwaukee for some thrilling races. These early Harley Davidsons were named Model 0 and Model 1, built on a bicycle-like frame with a rear coaster brake. The first Harley Davidsons had a 440cc single-cylinder, 4-stroke engine, a top speed of 56 km/h, and a power output of 4 HP. These simple machines laid the foundation for the powerful and stylish motorcycles associated with freedom and adventure today. Come 1905, the Harley Davidson Model No. 1 hit the streets, closely resembling their earlier creations. Production was limited, and the first ever Harley Davidson dealer, Carl H. Lang of Chicago, sold just 3 out of 5 bikes made in that shed. Fast forward to 1906, and the first official Harley Davidson factory sprung up in Milwaukee, where they produced 50 bikes that year. The company was formally incorporated in 1907, with Arthur's brothers, Walter and William Davidson, joining the crew. By 1920, Harley Davidson had completed its impressive 7-story facility on Juneau Avenue, which still stands today as the corporate office center. Through it all, Harley Davidson has remained an enduring symbol of American motorcycle greatness. So, when you hear that unmistakable Harley roar, remember that it's more than just a bike. It's a piece of American history that has gone through many trying times but still stands strong. Harley Davidson has been a tech trailblazer, introducing game changers like the first V-twin engine, smooth-riding hydraulic shock absorbers, and the ever-so-handy electric starter. They've kept the motorcycle industry on its toes with constant innovation and advancement. Sure, they faced some roadblocks, fierce competition, and changing tastes, but they powered through. Today, they're still making those iconic bikes cherished by riders worldwide. In short, Harley Davidson isn't just a motorcycle company. It's American history, a symbol of freedom, and a tech trendsetter. Whether you're a hardcore Harley fan or just love a good ride, one thing's clear: Harley Davidson holds a special spot in the hearts of bikers for its amazing contribution to motorcycles that made riding fun and thrilling. Which Harley Davidson motorcycle model do you believe is their best creation so far, and why? In 1917, the United States found itself embroiled in World War I, and the military had an unexpected demand: motorcycles. Harley Davidson, a name already known to the military due to its involvement in the Pancho Villa expedition, suddenly became a key player in wartime transportation. However, it was during World War I that Harley Davidson motorcycles were officially adopted for military use, starting with the British Model H produced by Triumph Motorcycles Limited in 1915. The U.S. military ultimately acquired over 20,000 motorcycles from Harley Davidson to support its war efforts. The 1920s were a period of innovation for Harley Davidson, characterized by several key improvements. In 1921, they introduced a new 74 cubic inch, 1,212.6 cc V-twin engine, followed by the iconic teardrop gas tank in 1925. In 1928, front brakes made their debut, albeit only on the JJD models. Then came the Great Depression, which struck shortly after the introduction of the 45 CU in 740 centimeters model. Despite the challenging economic conditions, Harley-Davidson persevered. Their sales plummeted from 21,000 in 1929 to a mere 3,703 in 1933. Nevertheless, in 1934, they made a comeback with a fresh lineup featuring a flathead engine and stylish Art Deco design. To navigate the remainder of the Depression, Harley-Davidson diversified its offerings. They began manufacturing industrial power plants based on their motorcycle engines, and even ventured into designing a three-wheeled delivery vehicle called the Servi car, a product that remained in production until 1973. With the onset of World War II, Harley-Davidson found itself in a unique position. Among American motorcycle manufacturers, they were one of the two companies to survive the Great Depression. As the war unfolded, they played a crucial role by producing a military-specific version of their 45 cubic inches, 740 centimeters, WL line, aptly named the WLA, with A standing for Army. Like many other manufacturers, Harley-Davidson pivoted to wartime production, manufacturing over 90,000 military motorcycles, including WLAs and WLCs, the Canadian version, with many destined for Allied forces. Harley-Davidson's contributions were noteworthy, and they received 2 Army-Navy E awards for excellence in production in 1943 and 1945. In World War II, the U.S. Army also turned to Harley-Davidson with a request to create a new motorcycle inspired by BMW's side valve and shaft-driven R71. Rising to the challenge, Harley-Davidson developed the 1942 Harley-Davidson XA, a shaft-driven motorcycle with a 750cc engine. Interestingly, the XA differed significantly from any previous Harley-Davidson models, with few shared dimensions, parts, or design concepts, except for side valves. Its flat twin engine offered superior cooling, running 100 degrees Fahrenheit, 56 degrees Celsius, cooler than the V-twin engines. However, the XA's production was limited as it was overshadowed by the growing popularity of the Jeep as the Army's primary general-purpose vehicle. Only 1,000 XA motorcycles were manufactured, and it remains the only shaft-driven Harley-Davidson model ever produced. You can agree with me that indeed, Harley-Davidson has proven itself through time, so it is no wonder it is every biker's dream to own a Harley. What is your dream Harley motorcycle? Don't forget to subscribe and leave a thumbs up. Back in 1981, AMF decided to sell the company to a group of 13 investors, with Vaughn Beals and Willie G. Davidson leading the way. They paid $80 million for it. This new management team came in with a plan to make things better. They improved the quality of Harley-Davidson's products, brought in new technologies, and started using just-in-time inventory management. To make things even more interesting, they also sought tariff protection for their big motorcycles because they were facing some tough competition from Japanese manufacturers. Lucky for them, the Reagan administration granted these protections in 1983, giving Harley-Davidson the time it needed to put its new strategies into action. In the 1980s, the folks at Harley-Davidson realized that being under AMF's control wasn't doing them any favors. So in 1981, they bought back $75 million worth of shares from the company. Under the leadership of Harley executive Vaughn Beals, they started turning things around. Throughout the 1980s, Harley-Davidson really went all out to improve their products and make sure they were top-notch. They also worked hard to keep a close eye on quality. And let's not forget the game-changing moments when they introduced the Evolution V2, which folks fondly call the Evo, in 1984, and the Fat Boy in 1990. That second one, the Fat Boy, was a game-changer that took Harley-Davidson to the top spot as the world's leading motorcycle manufacturer. The Harley-Davidson symbol can be seen as a symbol of freedom and rebellion. Harley has always been known to provide a sense of freedom for riders since the 1950s and 60s. Harley-Davidson motorcycles really started to be linked with counterculture movements, and going against the grain of societal norms. Those outsider groups, like the Hells Angels, adopted the Harley logo as a way to show they weren't interested in fitting in. You know, Harley Davidson really blazed a trail in the motorcycle world when they introduced electric bikes to their lineup a few years back. So it's not really shocking that their CEO, Jochen Zeitz, is already talking about how the future of the brand is going to be all about electric motorcycles. Now, don't expect this big shift to electric bikes to happen overnight. It's more like a slow and steady journey. It might actually take a couple of decades for Harley Davidson, the company known for those iconic bar and shield bikes, to go completely electric. But hey, change takes time, right? And with plans to transition to electric bikes, be ready for more exciting and power-packed bikes that are sure to leave us breathless and excited. We keep talking about bikes, and I am sure most of us are bikers and love the biker community, but do we know the biker culture? And do we abide by it? Biker culture encompasses a wide range of elements related to the world of motorcycling and its associated subcultures. One prominent aspect of this culture is the existence of motorcycle clubs, which consist of individuals who share a profound passion for motorcycles and engage in various activities related to them. The biker community and culture are like big groups of friends who are crazy about motorcycles, who join clubs and hang out together, going on awesome rides. Biker culture is all about the cool vibes, traditions, and values that come with this love for riding. Do you belong to any biker community? And what awesome trips have you embarked on as a club? That brings me to the end of this video. But trust me, our time doesn't have to end here. You can catch up on previous videos if you missed them. And don't forget to comment, share, subscribe, and show some love by giving this video a thumbs up. Until next time, ride wild, ride free.